Israel's genocidal project will go as far as it is allowed to. And make no mistake, it has been allowed to go this far. Albanese and Wong's confected concern is just cover for the brutal reality of the system that they preside over. For a full year, this government has not taken a single action to sanction Israel for its crimes, to sever military ties, or to prevent weapons being exported. It calls protests like this provocative, while Israeli politicians make their intentions to totally erase Palestinian life patently clear. And so we meet here today not just in solidarity, but as people engaged in a struggle with our own government. This is our task, to force an end to our government's role in a genocide that degrades the humanity of all of us. Beyond protest and beyond bearing witness, we must strategise and organise to take the kind of action that can stop the international war machine, of which the Australian government is an important part. History shows us that the most powerful way we can do this is through strike action, in shutting down the profit system and weapons supply chains, and disrupting business as usual while bombs rain down. The power we have as workers isn't lost on this government. Their attacks on the CFMEU show it. Seizing that union isn't about corruption. If it was, they'd also take over the construction companies who pay the bribes, the casinos, the banks and the rest. Putting the CFMEU into administration is about dismantling one of the few unions in this country that still has some industrial strength left and that isn't just about getting the Labor Party elected. While we need mass protests, community pickets and encampments, it's strike action that truly can't be ignored. When it's us who do the work that society needs to function, that make the products that we consume, it's us who can also stop doing that essential work and force the hands of those who control this disgusting system. US dock workers proved it only this week. And that power of the working class doesn't just have to be wielded for better pay and conditions. It's a power that can be used against Elbit Systems, against Hanwha, against Rio Tinto, against News Corp, the demolition of public housing, and to win full boycott, divestment and sanctions on Israel. In the Vietnam War, in the struggle against South African apartheid, it was action by organised workers around the world that was decisive in forcing the hands of our governments. Unions have shaped our past and they can shape our present and our future. Earlier in the year, social and community services workers walked out of work for Palestine, and we've had some other smaller actions since. It's true that a one-off strike in a small part of the economy isn't much, but that's where we start. The sustained organising by ASU rank and file members has created a network that takes action and lends solidarity, and it's why our union endorsed the rally today. Real democracy isn't in the votes that we cast between two genocide-supporting parties. It's in the conversations and the action we take every day in our workplaces and in our communities to bring about and protect freedom and justice. Our grief, our rage and our love that we have in spades on its own is not enough. In rebuilding our unions, we stand to take some power back for ourselves as working class people who stand to gain nothing from the daily grind of this system and who stand to lose so profoundly from the destruction of human life we've witnessed in Palestine and Lebanon and the precedent that sets for all of us. Thanks very much. From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea!